been a while, but I'm back. First and foremost, shout out to Gunner Drip for hooking me up with the trap mob. Sat down in the chair, he asked what I wanted. I say, hook me up with that trappy buckets. So right now, I'm headed out to get a Z3 trans. If most of you guys probably don't know by now, if you do, I got Oren. Oren is coming home today. She should be delivered, I'd say between 4 and 7 is what the guy said. I'm hoping more around 4 so I can get it on camera. It gets dark pretty early here, so let's see if I can get it on camera today. But like I said, right now, I headed to a buddy's house. He has a Z3 trans. He decided not to go K-swap and bought a S2000. So I'm gonna go pick up his Z3 from him, and then that'll be Oren's trans. I do have a K20 Z3 motor for it. That does need a bottom end rebuild, so I'll probably actually just take the head off of that and then throw it on a K24 A2 block that I have. Then I'm gonna go ahead and send out to CSS. But for now, like I said, I'm just gonna go ahead and pick up this trans. So like I said, Z3 trans. The dude actually threw in the intermediate shaft, probably just because he couldn't get it out or didn't want to. But I actually just got hit up in my DMs. Like Aki says, I only use Facebook for Facebook Marketplace. And someone hit me up. They have another Z3, so probably gonna end up picking that one up as well. But don't mind the mess. This is the parts hauler. Got this beast for like 1,100 bucks. It's all trashed on the side. The front fender's destroyed. Yeah, this is just the like toy hauler, parts hauler. But that's, like I said, the new Z3 trans. We're gonna have to break it apart. I can tell the guy didn't, but I know the guy who, like, I know the car that this came out of. I know the owner of the car. It just wouldn't go in a third, so the assumption is bent shift selector. But I did also want to show you guys this. I picked this up, what, day before Thanksgiving or so. I got PRB and O2 harness. So I got this. This was a steal. I got this for 70 bucks total. The dude only wanted 20 for the harness. Obviously he didn't know what that was worth. And then he only wanted 50 for the ECU. Clearly didn't know what that was worth. So that was a complete come up right there. He still has an A2 trans that he's working on getting out for me. It's just he said 2 of the bell housing bolts are stuck. So that's going to be another spare trans. We're going to have 3 trans hopefully. So if something breaks, we've got backups on backups. But again, here's the Z3. And then let me just show you kind of what I'm doing today. I've got to move this EM1. This was an EM1 I picked up literally like 2.5 weeks ago. It's just a complete shell. Came with the GSR head and the trans that's over there. But I gotta move this into the backyard because that just sold. I got this for 200 bucks. Went over to the dude's house the other day. He asked if I still had it. Sold it back to him for 200 bucks. But I needed to get that out of the way. That wasn't deep in the backyard. I've got way too much back there. But I've got to get this back there so that Oren can sit right here for now. And then tomorrow, actually, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to the junkyard. The only thing that this thing needs right here is this bolt right here. For the strut into the lower control arm on both sides. This has been taken apart forever, so it got kicked around and we lost it. I literally need to do that, and then I need to finish up secure, like just tightening down one of the bolts on the T-bracket, and that's it. Throw the axles in, and this LSV Taggy is ready to run. This is my girlfriend's built bottom end, stock head, just LSV, built for a turbo, but it's not turbo yet. Wiseco pistons, eagle rods, ARP, main bolts, or main studs, head studs. Decent little car. Something that'll be for her, but all right, sorry about the wind noise. Got the EM1 out of the street. I don't know. I think I should leave this RX-7 over here because he's gonna come pick it up tomorrow. The mailman's a little bitch, and if anything's parked behind this line right here, he won't drop anything off. So I think I'm just gonna leave this here. We'll be able to push it back so that he can put his trailer right here, and then we can push it up on there. This thing's lighter than the Civic. I can literally move this thing. Did I put the e-brake on? Like, this thing is so light, it's not even fair. I pushed this from my backyard all the way out here with one hand, and I had to get a like rolling start, and I'm winded just trying to get the EM1 up that little hill. Doesn't make any sense. RX-7s are not fair. Look what's here. Alright, y'all, this is gonna be a really short clip. It's freezing out here. But we just had to push it from around the block. But here it is. She's here. I'm so excited to have her. If you can see, that's my breath. I'm not smoking. It's freezing out here, so I'm not gonna be out here for long. I'm from the desert, so we're not used to this stuff. All right, y'all. So there she is. Almost a 3,000-mile trip. Massachusetts to New Mexico, and Oren is home. She's all here. I mean, she's there. The one thing, they had to take off the passenger side skirt just to get it loaded. That's about it. It is missing the K-tune shifter. It's got the factory. It's got a stock one in the back with cables. But that's really the only thing that's missing. Still got the Type R floor mats, Type R seats, Type R rear seats. It's looking nice. All the Type R stuff up front. The JDM Type R cluster. Marco steering wheel. It's all there. Alright, y'all. Day 2 of parts collecting for Oren. Headed back to Albuquerque. We're gonna get some shift selectors for that trans. Hit up a local chat group that we got here in Albuquerque, or in New Mexico, should I say, because it's people all over. And asked them if they had any shift selectors. Someone had a trans that they had taken apart, and they had all 3 shift selectors before the trans. I'm gonna go pick that up for 80 bucks now. And we're gonna get Oren back on the road ASAP. I've got to get this K24 block shipped out to CSS because we're gonna try to make some jam, but I want to have a block that's gonna be able to hold it. So got to get that shipped out. But I want Oren back on the road just like you guys do. I want to give you guys this content. I know a lot of people, me personally, I wanted to see Oren after it got one. I know Chris had things going on, so he couldn't show us that content. Understandable, man. But I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it out. I want you guys to see this car. It's gorgeous. Aki did it right, and the world needs to see this car. All right, y'all. I'm almost home. Just picked up the shift selectors. Dude is really cool. Actually knew that I picked up Oren. I sent a picture of the car to, or a little video, should I say, a little clip last night to the group chat. Some of the group chat that on IG seen the clip as well. But he knew right away that it was Oren. He follows Aki, so fellow gunner, you know what I mean? So it was dope. Give him a follow. His IG name is kserious_MR2. He's building a K20, I believe, MR2. It's gray, stock bottom end. It's gonna be a car that's gonna be on the list. I have a feeling. Him and his brother fuck around with some serious street cars out here. They've got I know of a S10 that they fuck with that stock bottom end LS1 that makes like 1100. Thing rolls out. So I know that car's gonna be serious, but like I said, give him a follow. Really cool dude. Him and his brother both of them building K-Series MR2s. So 2 more cars, like I said, for the list. But he hooked it up. Shift selectors are right there. All 3. His brother picked up the trans just for the LSD, so he can throw it in his car, get his build going. So I'm set. I got these. Sorry about that. I got a shift. I got these shift selectors to throw into the trans. I can take the trans apart. Now all I got to do is take the crank out of the block and send it off to CSS. All right, guys. So I wanted to get some footage in the day. Sorry for the shadow from the CRV. It's been a long, crazy day. I'll show you what just happened inside. Kind of frustrated about that, so sorry I don't sound too enthusiastic, but the car looks fucking amazing. So, like I said in the last clip, I'm a little bummed out. Not anymore. This is a day later or so. But this is what had showed up to my house. I had traded some Integra Type R cams for these and $100. So I paid $100 and sent my Integra Type R cams, and I got Pro 2 cams. It was a great deal. Honestly, I wasn't upset at that. But this is literally the extent of the packing that came in the package for these 2 cams, and the box was literally like 2 feet by 2 feet, and it's just like a normal, like one of the priority mailboxes. It's about 2 inches thick, so these barely fit in them. They were actually sticking out. One was sticking out when it got here. The other one was obviously snapped. That's why I was really bummed out. However, this movement is real, and if any haters out there, fuck you. That's all I'm gonna say. Out of nowhere, a gunner that I have never met. Now I know who he is. His personal username is EM Fresh. Go follow him. He's got a Titan EF build that's gonna be fucking killer. It's gonna be on the list. He's got another Instagram as well. I believe it's Main Performance Mark with a Q. He's a down-ass gunner. He literally reached out to me. I'd never talked to him before. Reached out to me and said, hey, what cams are those? You need some Pro 2s? I thought like he had some and I was willing to buy some off him. I was like, yeah, I do. He goes to Tri-State Motorsports website, orders a set of brand new cams. I might put in like just a picture of the cams because he just got them today. He just checked them out. They're good, and he's gonna ship them to me, which is super cool. Like I wasn't even asking for that. Asked to pay for it, and he said no. I don't want the money. He said if you're gonna send the money anywhere, send it to Aki, Vicky, and Trappy. Send it to the channel. Send it to the gunner movement. Let's move the movement forward, which is something that was amazing to me. So that had me thinking, and that got me really kind of wanting to do something for the movement. And I want to show you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move over to what kind of where I want to show you, but 1 second. All right, so we're in like the B series corner, I guess you would say. I've got all kinds of shit over here, but this is a JDM. What is it? OBD0 B20, or I mean not B20, B16. Look how fresh this head is. First of all, immaculate. I don't even know where I set the cams. The cams are over here. Like I said, I got stuff everywhere, but the cams look fantastic for how old it is. But this head right here, I was actually gonna sell this to a gunner. It's Black Sheep DC4, I believe it is. I was gonna sell this to him. I put GSR cams in the head, pack it up, and ship it out to him. After getting those cams, I can't sell this to him. It's just, I can't do that. So this is gonna be shipped out to him free of charge. Unbeknownst to me, I didn't know that he didn't have a car, like a daily car to drive. He's been borrowing his mom's car and getting rides to be able to go to his work, and then also his tattoo apprenticeship. This is going to help him get back on the road because he just got an intake manifold from Tri-State. So this is something that's awesome to me that I feel like I'm going to be able to help him out. So I'm going to go ahead and ship him out this. Now, we all know Mr. Redemption. I mentioned him earlier in the vlog. He's porting ahead for Vicky Dem Buddy. Well, I got a Z1 sitting here. I've also got a Z3 sitting there. I know it's bright. Let me there. That kind of helps. So there's the Z3. There's the Z1. I'm gonna take the Z1 head off, and I'm gonna take the Z3 head off. They're both getting shipped out to him. I'm gonna pay for a port on the Z3, and the Z1's his. He gave up a head for Vicky so that he could port it. That was one of his cores. So there's a core for him. I've got him. I've got, like I said, I've got a bunch of stuff in here. I was on a live the other night, and I was talking about K24 swap that I had to sell. This is a full A2 swap that I sold for Oren. So like I said, I've been stacking parts for these builds. It's just time to take action. This is where I want you guys to come into play. I want you to keep me accountable. I want you to be making sure that I'm posting 3 times a week. That's my goal, is to have 3 videos a week. Not quite Aki status, but I want to get there. I want to start posting quite often, but 3 times a week is what I want to start out with. It's gonna be that's a lot of content. I mean, to think about it, I got to do a lot of work, but that's something that I owe you guys. You guys do deserve to see Oren. Here, let me turn this. You guys deserve to see Oren. You deserve to see that build, and I owe that to you. I'm gonna get that to you. So it's gonna be Oren. You're gonna see some content on this pig right here, and then in the backyard back there, I've got a B20 B20V Civic that I'm gonna be building. It's a gutted hatch. Posted some pictures of it on my IG. Kind of have never filmed anything on it, but that's what this is right here. It's a GSR head with B20V, 13-to-1 compression. Don't mind the mess, I got to clean all this shit up, but 13-to-1 compression. I'm going to be throwing those Pro 2 cams in it. It's basically all kind of like all the bells and whistles, rod and piston motor, but this is just the back, like the first motor. I actually have over in the corner, like I said, the B-Series corner, I've got another B20 that I've got some plans for. What I want to do is to get a 95mm crank, some aluminum B16 rods, which will effectively have a 2.2 liter stroker. I have the aluminum rods, so I'll be able to throw a lot of nitro at it. Send a head over there that I have, another GSR head, possibly send that out to Mr. Redemption, pay for him to port that as well, and then get a moon tune for that. Really go big boy. But for this one, 13-to-1 all motor, and possibly some nitrous hits here and there on this motor. But that's the plans. But like I said, I had to do this. I had to give Mr. Redemption this head. I have to give Black Sheep that head, and then his name's Mr. Good Tree, New Mexico. This isn't the trans that I gave him, but I did give him another B-Series trans today. He had a bent shift for, so that's something that I'm gonna challenge now. The rest of the gunners, you got something that you're never gonna use or is laying around. Your shit looks like mine, and you got a bunch of stuff just here. If you see another gunner that's down and out and needs something, reach out to him. Hook them up. This isn't time for us to get paid. This 2020 is time for us to get paid. We've got this list. We've got this movement. Let's work together. Let's get everybody's cars on the track, on the road, and let's get these builds popping. All right, guys. So, like I said, until next time, like, comment, subscribe. Keep gunning. Fuck a racer.